For number 12, we are writing the equation of the ellipse. And since I always like to graph to make my equation, I put a graph here, and you can use graph paper that you have at home, or you can get from me in class. It's an ellipse, so this is the easier of the two to write the equations of. I've got vertices at -2, 1 and -2, 9. So I need to go back 2 and up 1 for -2, 1. There's one of my vertices. And then at -2, 9. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my other vertice. The co-vertices are at -4, 5. So back 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one. And the other's at 0, 5. Right there. If you wanted to connect these vertices and connect the co-vertices, you find where they intersect is the center of the ellipse. So the center of this ellipse is at -2, 5. You might also notice that the -2's are repeated for the x's on the vertices, and that the 5's are repeated for the co-vertices. That's another place that you can find the center. So now that we have the center, we can be figuring out for our ellipse. I know that it's an ellipse, so I know that I'm going to have two fractions with a plus in the middle and then equals to 1 on the right side. On this one, for the ellipses, we always put the x's in the front. So I'm going to put x. Since it's centered at -2, I'm going to put +2 in parentheses squared. For the y's, I'm going to put y -5 in parentheses squared. And remember, that's because you always change the sign from the center when you're writing your equation there. Now, to find the numbers that go under the x and under the y, you need to think about, from this center, how did you move horizontally and how did you move vertically? Horizontally, to get the co-vertices, you move 2 places. So my horizontal change, or my x number, is 2. So I need to square that to go under the x squared portion of the equation. So that's going to be 4 under the x part of the equation. And then we look at our graph again, and then we find out how far did we move vertically for my vertices. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 is the distance there. So my y, my vertical change, was 4. And then I square that for underneath the y part of the equation. So this is the format for my equation for this ellipse.